see if we can get in and show people what I do first hour of my life. How we get the vitals up. If you keep getting sick, struggling with food. When sick, dying. It's good health. Cheap comparison was born. Could be carnage. Could have worse spawns, to be honest. Some good shit you need in early life. Let's see how we get on. Probably gonna be a lot, yeah. I'll take that up. The glow stick. Ammo. Okay, ammo. Derringer. Gun. 57. Sleep on the cars. By the spawn, we'll put nothing in them, but don't sleep. Get a bag. Get a soda. Get an early hat. We've got to start working on the insulation. Get that up. It's built in there. Check the guard shack. Get an early piece. Another reason for walking this way. Okay, got some 9mm. Don't really want a radio this particular run, but I will always have a check by here. See if anybody hasn't fancied this spawn and throw themselves off. Finish the bandage, their apple, and if you picked up an early blade, you could have cut them up for their guts and bones for fishing. Tracksuit jacket's damaged. It's still better than the clothes I've got. Check these garages. Is that a dynamic train spawn? I think it is. Go out of my way on this bit. So we got better pants. Huge. We're halfway to being able to fish. We just need a knife and bones. Or a third of the way to being able to fish now. Wear it around our waist so it doesn't take any inventory space. Hear a chicken in the distance, so much out of our way we'll go for that. Let's try and be friendly today. We're not going to KOS unless they look a real threat. Dickish manner. See, our temperature is white. Healthy food situation makes those arrows are right direction towards white. Everything white as quick as possible. Get sick. Very unlikely to get sick. Better insulation and prestige jacket. Clothes. shoulder. Trying desperately not to take a cut. We don't want their welder helmets. We do want the duct tape. That helps fix shit up. Don't want to take this. There you go. As soon as you find food, eat it. Don't store it up. Just eat it. Take it. Fill you up. No point saving it while you're in yellow hunger. Just eat it. I was thinking for selfish reasons as well. If somebody caps us now, somebody is in Spawn Town, they're going to be childish and shoot us now. They're not getting my food anyway. Deal with that. Battery. We're looking for ideally a knife or a melee weapon. So deal with this one. Shit up. Shaking those bags. See, bag off them. Potential liver resurgence. One by one. Don't want to use this loud. Scan the road, nothing obvious, no threat. Let's see. Let's check this shed. Dark. Confused. Misery. It's massive. So it's a melee weapon and a way of cutting shit up. So there is a small chance of edge. Just say that. Greenhouse. What are these? Worn. Yeah. They're nearly always pristine. Oh, they are, yeah. Pristine rags. Organizing. There. BK is huge because I picked up ammo earlier on. So I've got a working rifle. A few shots. way, so we're gonna have to use our hatchet to blunt it. The attacking zombies. Use the crowbar. Lock zombies. We know someone did that. So that thing here has been cleaned out. So the roof is to the left, but it hadn't. The idea would be to hit the well. Silly, silly. Said. Still. Give. Miles away. That's sick. You watching your back at all times. Direction. Direction. As well as where we're going to go anyway. Probably going to go to Kelm because we've got this spot. Before I check a few more shops and the hospital and medical centre. That's as far into DayZ that we're going to go. If we can help it. I'll just well in a minute. Just get sick. Here a second. Check it. Use the crowbar for rags, because I'm going to use a hatchet then. Now I'm confident enough. I've got 4 pristine rags. I can make foot wraps. So I've got another 2 in backup for when these ruin. So let's wear them. Now we're more sneaky. So we can get that down the scout hung going back in that direction. Okay. This. Check this room. Check the little shops then. Led away from the well. Session snacks. Nothing. That's all we didn't want to really, but there you go. Starvation. Excuse me. There you go. All the goods. Patches out food. Can drop medical supplies, so. Deal with this dude. 3 should do him. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Drinking. I'm not going to sort it out here because it's a hot spot. You know, you're right. We'll take the IV start kit. You're right by a point of interest. Medical. And there's the saline to go with the IV start kit, so that's beautiful. We can now make ourselves a saline infusion pack. Early life. Always pick up a knife. Said. And I'm just taking the time, even though I know he's coming at me. I'm just making sure no one's looking at our angle. He's going to jump me. He might jump me from a third angle. I didn't check, but I don't want that, like a blood test kit thing. I can't see anybody immediately in the medical centre. White gloves, not great. Bandage, huge. But the white gloves, it's just going to make my life that a little bit easier if I want to cut up an animal and I'm not near a water source or I haven't got any disinfectant to wash my hands immediately. Shut all the doors behind you. If someone's in here and I have to shoot them, I don't want the zombies then pushing me. Another bandage. For fuck's sake. I'm not going to take charcoal, but if you're new, you might want to take it in case you get sick, but definitely going to take tetra. Got a saline. Take more tetra, combine it, so now I've got 5. That will cure most wound infections and things like that. 4 will normally do it. And now I'm going to dip. There's one more bit of looting I want to do, because it's in the vicinity of the medical centre. The car, this shed, there we go, another bandage, will spawn medical loot. So don't sleep on these areas. And there's one other, the other side of the medical centre. And that's the double-storey house, which we're going to also use as a semi-safe place to sort through our loot. Eating and drinking stuff we've picked up that can be consumed to make space in the inventory, and also I think I just heard someone shiver because I'm not cold enough to be shivering. If they're shivering, it probably means they're a freshie. Eat the pepper. See, that stuff's all up to white. This pepper will help with hydration and hunger. And obviously we're going to drink the Coke as well, which hope helps with both as well. If we get attacked by wolves, we get in a fight with a player, we get swarmed by zombies, we lose blood, maybe we go down to yellow, our screen goes black and white. This is why you need to combine an IV star kit with a saline bag. And then you can infuse yourself. There's another one there if you wanted to carry 2. 1 will do me. And also, if you can, I would always sort your shit out. Right, so we'll put our knife on the hotkey. And then we'll put it in our... Well, there's one in our rope belt already there, okay? So, 22 minutes in. We've got a rifle with 5 shots. Derringer with 20 shots. box of 9mm, 2 blades, crowbar, hatchet. I'm gonna ditch that half a bandage because 3 full bandages is enough for me. Duct tape, replacement pristine rags for our foot wraps, some medication, matches, saline bag if we lose blood. I could pick up that, use it as a zombie killer potentially if we find some 22, but I'm not going to bother today. I'd be surprised if that was me shivering, because my temperature was on white. We're going up to Kelm. So if you get this lower Berezino spawn, I would suggest doing, personally. While we go that direction, you're basically backtracking on yourself now, going towards the PD. If that was pristine, I would cut it up, but it's not. It's worn. Yeah, I think we're going to have company of this zombie. Always ideal if you can deal with it without triggering the full aggro. The rah! You position away to other players potentially. We're not going to get too lucky on the way over then, are we? No. See how we're backtracking. We're going back towards the PD, which was over there that we went into, remember? But we're going up here. We're going up this road to Kelm. Summer camp, Kelm village itself, really nice early place to do some cooking up if you want to get in front of a fire. It looks like it's turning dark as well. There are a couple of wells up here, one at this farm, just at the edge of the summer camp pathway road. People do like to sit in these trees sometimes in camp, so just be a little bit aware, but you know, there's not a lot you can do. Dying is a lot about learning in DayZ. If you die, it's another learning experience. And when you take a death like that, if I'm sniped now, headshot, or even a body shot, because I've got no ballistic protection, and I die, what could I have done about it? If they're camping in the trees, nothing. So I'm not going to get salty, I'm just going to start over. Look how easy it has been for me. Yes, quite an experienced player by now, but 25 minutes in, and I'm pretty set to survive most scenarios. I can't quite fish yet. I need to kill a chicken and get its bones, or cut up a player that has died, but you know, I don't think it'll be long until we're in that position where we could then fish if we were desperate for food. But at the minute, all our vitals are white. So it's very unlikely we're going to get sick. And we hit a Berezino, which is normally a bit of a shit show town, on a medium to high pops official server. Check it out yourselves if you want. 3852 on Xbox. EU 3852. And, you know, we managed to find enough so far. Say I can't find any loot. We've got 2 working guns, medical supplies, bandages. We found enough food and drink so far to get us in the white. Yeah, we'll need to top up soon. But we're going towards a place which is, I would say, one of the easiest places to top up. Look at this, right? More food, more bullets for our BK. Dog food, we'll take it. We're going to open it. Got a little bit of a walk up to the farm, so we're going to start eating it. When you get the dog food, the cat food, the unknown food, what you want to do is you want to eat a quarter. See the wheel go round, just past a quarter, stop eating. Otherwise you will get full quicker than you anticipated, overeat, and then you will throw up. Just watching my back, making sure no one's sneaking. I'm looking ahead, making sure no one's leaving Kelm. They might have already been up here. But we have got the foot wraps on. So we've got the element of stealth, potentially on someone who's wearing big clunky work boots or melee boots. As you get the high ground again, just a little scan. Then you can keep to the road, but I know you can get to the farm through this way, so that's why I'm just cutting through the trees, staying out of the main road, but glancing at it as well. Eating at the third of the as the wheel goes round. There's a chicken up here for us to get. It's a snag, which is nice. And there's always a couple of chickens up at the summer camp. And if we can collect a couple of them, we will then probably cook them back in Kelm. So you want to keep your wits about you here, because there tends to be a fair few zombies. If there isn't, that would tell me people have been through recently. But let's check it out. Initially, can't see many. Right. I just clocked a couple. Oh, this chicken's going to make me look stupid now. We're going to go back for him, because I don't want to trigger all these Zeds. Right, there's quite a few of them. So we'll let the chicken settle a bit. And when you get in this position, see me talk in game. Trigger this first zombie. He's going to run towards me. I'm fighting him on my terms. I'm not walking into a melee of 5 zombies. Right, there's one less to worry about now. Right, this one's triggered on me. Let him come to me. Let your stamina build up so you can get a power hit on them immediately as they run to you. Just aim for the head. Try not to take any unnecessary damage. Another one dead. I'm edging around. I'm edging away from zombies, if you like. I don't personally like the rifled slugs, but that would be up to you, your decision to take them or not. I prefer the buckshot. Another zombie on the haystack there. I think that's an egg timer. No, it's an actual tomato. Okay, we'll take that. Bit of food, thank you. Glow stick. No good to me. What I said about don't sleep on the cars. There might be nothing in them, but you don't want to be the one to walk past that liver patty that someone else is now going to have. Don't want a fucking combination code lock. We've triggered this one, so we might as well take the fight to him. Talk in game. He aggro's on me. Wait till he's within range. Get a nice early power hit in. You practice that. Gives you a nice early advantage. Have a little sip at the well. I don't need to go ridiculous, because it's not going to be long before I'm coming back to a well in town itself. But I've picked up... What did we pick up? An apple and something else from one of the Zeds that is also going to give us hydration when we eat it. So that'll do for me. Potentially a drop glow stick, I think, there. So I wouldn't be massively surprised if we run into someone. Let's try the hatchet on this motherfucker. There you go. I'm going to take the rooster a sec. I'm not going to start skinning him in the middle of the street. En route to a summer camp, which spawns potentially hunting rifles, ammo, hunting equipment, clothing. So it's very popular, this area. And a lot of people will just take the road up. The amount of times I've hugged the trees and seen a guy then on my left, just walking up the middle of the road. And yes, on occasion, I've just taken advantage of that scenario and popped him. And it's an easy kill. Now we are shivering. I'm going to stick to the dog food. See, the wheels go around quite quick now. So I'm confident enough to eat like 60% of it. Let the wheel go around about 60%. Both arrows now. Shooting up hydration and food. Okay, just staying off the main road. Just in case someone comes sprinting around that corner, I can get to cover. I'm not stuck in the middle of the road, because it's only just over the other side of these trees. I'm going to eat the rest of the dog food. Look, the wheel's going to go round so quick now that it's pretty impossible for me to overeat. I'm going to eat the tomato. We're basically just getting rid of room in our inventory, but also topping up our food and hydration. And also, we don't want to be making the eating noise close to the camp. Rather do it out here in the sticks. See, the road bends quite dramatically. So I'm going around the tree line. I'm just generally scanning. I'm not being ridiculously cautious, because like I say, if someone's camping in the trees and they snipe you from here, how are you supposed to scan every single tree? As long as your head's moving, you're a moving target, you might get away with being clipped, it might just go past your head, then you can take evasive action, you know? But you know, you really can't be, in my opinion, crouch walking through forests, taking, you know, maybe an hour to get you. I've seen a guy before just standing, looking at that sign. So obviously I popped him with my M-lock that I had. You can usually see inside this pub through the windows. See if you see any movement before you go there. A little glance up here. You can see the first few hunting huts. You can see a zombie there, chill. And I can't see any immediate signs of another player. So I'm quite confident to come in here. I'm going to take the hoodie. It's a much more neutral colour for stealth, but also it allows me to then cut up this jumpsuit jacket for more pristine rags, like I said I was going to do when I replace my top. I can do the same, remember, for my pants. And it gives me 4, which now gives me a full stack of 6 pristine rags I can use for foot wraps. Beautiful. Took a bit of a chance there, just sprinting upstairs, but like I say, I tend to play like that because I'm more experienced. If you're new, you might want to go up gun drawn. You know, clear your corners, clear your rooms as you go in. But look how I'm approaching this. I'm not sprinting straight through the middle of the summer camp. I'm coming up, taking a bit of high ground, taking the time to look. I can see zombies there, chilled. You know, I can't see any... Oh, there's quite a few zombies, actually. So now I'm going to sneak. Because I've got a light bag on, the courier bag, and I've got the foot wraps. If I walk like this, it's very unlikely that I will aggro a Zed. Do you know what? I'm going to take a compass just for the sake of it. I do know this map pretty well now, but... very well, actually, but I'm going to take the compass anyway. Why not? We might have to deal with a couple of Zeds in a sec, just because this one's so close. And this one's creeping. But if it gets to that, we'll take care of them in one of these huts. I can take that if I wanted. I don't want the white pants, because they stand out like a sore thumb. So far, I'm guessing someone's been here, because the loot hasn't been great. Either still here, or has been here. Probably the first option. They were probably here 15-20 minutes ago. Right, there's the proof. Jeans. So I'm going to put the jeans on. Remember, cut up the jumpsuit pants for more pristine rags. Right. Do you want me to drop you, dear? Really? To remove it or just to check it?
It's massively swollen. The bar was so small.
Did it come out?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah. Wow. Taking a chance here. Sorry, IRL things there in the background. I'm taking a chance here just to make these improvised fishing hooks. Because remember, we got the rope belt early doors. We've now got fishing hooks to go with it. Obviously, we've got blades to dig up worms and cut up animals like we just cut up that fish for our first 2 pieces of chicken. We can now fish, right? So we haven't got to worry about hunger. Just doing this a bit quickly. So I'd rather have the 3-slot inventory knife, the hunting knife, on my rope belt, obviously. Saves on inventory space. Trying to listen out, see if I can hear another player, but I'm going to put my neck on the line and say the coast is clear. But a paramedic jacket, there we are, there's confirmation. And I'm actually not going to take the binos, but there's confirmation someone's come up from Berezino wearing a paramedic jacket, because they don't spawn in a hunting location. Just a little scan down there, see if I've seen them, see if they're still here. Now there's a longhorn, it takes 308, hasn't got a shot in it, but it is a decent hunting pistol. It's one of those where I would keep it on me a second. Fucking chickens. Well, we're slightly out of the camp, so I'm taking a risk. Skinning the chicken by here. That gives us 4 chicken breasts now, which is, in my opinion, worth starting a fire for. I'd rather have 6. You know, if it's choice of starving or not, you're going to start a fire, whatever. Look at that box of 7x59 Mosin rounds, which is huge if you go on to find a Mosin in this save, this character's life. But obviously we're not going to go deep with this character, we're just showing you what I would do in the first hour to survive and get my vitals all up. Well, there's a scope for a Mosin as well. All we're missing now is the Mosin itself. That doesn't spawn here either, that power generator charger thing. We've got to deal with this zombie. Straightforward. This is the last little hut. Okay. Oh, and there we go. They've dropped take a heat pack if you want. It's not for me, but there we go. Paper. Someone has opened a box of ammo by here. Probably our friend who had the paramedic jacket. So that's what we're going to get out of the summer camp. I would then retrace my steps. Remember what I said about ideally not going along the main road. So I'm coming out of the summer camp. I'm going back the way I came, back down towards that farm, but I'm not going to hit the farm this time. I'm going to go straight to Kelm village itself, okay? Which is literally a 1-minute walk up the road from the farm. Because it's dark, this is where we're going to get a fire going, we're going to cook our chicken, because in front of that fire then we're going to get the heat buff. Our heat is going to go, our temperature is going to go to white with a little plus symbol next to it, which means we're more resilient to the cold when we're carrying that buff. I'm actually going to drop the longhorn We didn't find any 308 ammo. It's, you know, it's heavy. It takes up 10 slots of my inventory. I'd rather hold on to the Mosin ammo and the Mosin scope on the hope that I find a Mosin. The rest of the stuff we picked up is still pretty essential. Obviously, we're going to cook the 4 chicken breasts and eat them, so they'll be gone from our inventory. And what are we in? 42 minutes. So yeah, by the time that's all done, you are going to be looking at the first hour of your life. And, you know, apart from being cold now because it is night time on this server, this is about as dark as it gets. Okay, we haven't run into any Giga Chads that have bullied us with an AK. That can happen. You've just got to take the death, move on, start again. But in terms of the basics, you know, getting food, getting better clothing, getting some rags together so you can wear the foot wraps if you want to go the more stealthy route. Making sure they're pristine, ideally, so that, look, they're only down to worn now, and we've been wearing them since we were by the medical centre, I think. We've got ourselves a couple of guns, BK, Derringer. We've had enough food and water on the way that has put us in the white quite early doors and kept us there, so we've avoided sickness, and we've picked up some nice medical supplies along the route as well. So all in all, there's the farm, see? You can see the rooftop. All in all, I'd say this was a very successful, solid start. I think the most important thing is we've got the ability to fish now as well. We've got the hooks, and we've got the rope, we've got blades. See me scanning ahead, double-clicking LB on the controller so I can see if somebody was taking a sip of that well, or filling up their bottle. Even with an iron sight BK-18 that we're carrying. Just show you. Even with an iron sighted BK-18, that's going to be a reasonably easy headshot for most players to pull off. I'm going to loot this, because why wouldn't I, really? These toilet blocks, okay, nothing in that one, but don't sleep on them. I find they're really good for blades and ammo. There's a knife in there. If I'd needed it, I could have picked it up. Gas canister if I wanted to betray someone. Maybe put it in their fire while I'm pretending to be their friend. Always hilarious. Now, I know the way through here, so you might be taking a slightly different route. You might go the main road up to Kelm. I know I want to start on the right-hand side of town. If I'm coming up this main road from the farm, these buildings are on the right-hand side. And now this is just force of habit. I'm scanning ahead. I'm seeing if anybody's making a fire in these buildings. Are they going to be a potential easy sit and duck target? Or can I try and make friends with them? Share their fire? Maybe share the chicken I got? You're never going to know until you ask. But this is just force of habit when I'm in Kelm. I'll hit the right-hand side first, okay? I find you can sort of hug the back side of it. You're not walking up the main road. You've got to be careful you don't walk in on someone and scare them so much that even if you were to be friendly, you wouldn't blame them for shooting you if you just run up on them. There just happens to be a lot of zombies on the left as well, so we're avoiding them inadvertently, which is nice. There's an egg timer. Looks pretty looted. So we did see the paramedic jacket, some work boots we don't want. A cleaver if you wanted it. Chop some shit up, people or animals, or zombies. Right. Then you get to the pub. I'm sort of glancing. It is dark, so it's going to be hard to pick someone out if they're creeping, but I'm glancing all the while. A few of these doors are open. There's some more jeans there. I could cut up to rags, but I'm carrying quite a stack of pristine rags now. So for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to take the time to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably cut this at about the hour and a half mark maximum, and then I will come back on and stream. Oh, look at that. I'm actually going to ditch the crowbar now for the weight that will give me, and these brass knuckles, for me, are one of the best melee weapons in the game, because of the damage they do. Oh shit, dead zombie, so we know someone's around. Yeah, the damage that they can do, and they only take up 2 slots in your inventory. But yeah, we got to be careful. Someone has dropped that zombie recently. They didn't go up that way though. Sometimes someone can be sat at the well in that bush, and it's very difficult to see. If we aggro a zombie now, we're going to give away the fact that we're here. And we don't know if this person is potentially friendly or not. Perhaps they spawned in, killed that zombie and went straight down into Berezina. It could have been the friend with the paramedic jacket. Bear in mind I wanted to cook here, cook my chicken up. At the minute, it's looking like it's going to be a riskier cook than we would want. But I'm not going to bottle it. Shit. Grandma's going to give us away now. Managed to put her down before she aggroed, which was huge. What I'm doing, I'm obviously clearing these buildings as I'm going, but I'm also working my way up the hill because you can get the high ground. Right. Whoever our friend was. Ah. This guy just scared the shit out of me. Absolutely scared the shit out of me when I heard his footsteps tapping away, running. See me going up the hill here, and I'm looking back down. And if I seen a guy running, you know, that would be confirmation that we're not alone here. There's a lot of zombies around though, so for that dead one, maybe they then just booked it up inland. You know, they weren't hanging around town. See how I'm being cautious. This would be a decent place to cook, because you can't get an angle through the windows there to shoot someone. You can from the trees there, though. So when you're cooking, you'd stay here. we've got a box of 9mm we can open, and that will give us paper, which will act as kindling. Okay, and we've got matches to light the fire, so we haven't got to worry about making a drill kit. We don't need to combine bark with short sticks to do that. We've only got 4 chicken pieces, so that stack of 3 sticks will be plenty. Open the 9mm, pocket the bullets, put the paper in there as kindling, ignite the fire, all the while listening in case someone starts creeping. And then as quick as you can, get that chicken on, get 2 cooking, 2 smoking. Got my gun out. Someone creeps on me, the idea would be hit them with the butt of the gun while they're in stun lock, shoot them with this BK in the chest, they're dead. If I miss, I would immediately switch to the hatchet and look to just fuck them up that way. I'm also going to equip my Derringer, so I know I've got those 2 shots of 357 ready to go. We're not going to eat here. Sit in front of the fire while I'm listening. If that first door opens, I'm ready. There's only one way in here. Pocket the chicken. Swap the other 2 round. Maybe move position. In case someone was holding an angle just about from the hill up there. See, I'm yellow temperature now. If you go into yellow or red, you sit in front of the fire for too long, you start actually taking some damage. Not a lot, but you don't want to be staying in front of you when you're red for too long. It can happen if you're cooking a shit ton of meat up, but it's going to be very difficult to die through overheating. So the chicken's pretty quick to cook. There's all 4 pieces. Putting my gun away, but I'm going to dip. Right, look, no one's there. Anyone here waiting on me? Creeping, waiting for me to leave. Couldn't see them immediately. I'm scanning. I've got the heat buff. Look at the little plus sign next to my temperature gauge. I've got the heat buff. The chicken will give me hydration when I eat it, so I don't need to risk going to the well in the middle of town. Okay, right back there by that piano building. All the while I'm listening out to see if I can hear anyone fight zombies or footsteps. I'm trying not to jump fences if I can help it, because it will make that groaning, grunting noise. And now I'm going back towards Berezino, but I'm going the right-hand side of town as I look at it, the left-hand side of town as you're coming up from the farm. Right, that's me aggroing the zombies. We could be about to blow our cover here. See how I'm moving? I'm just not like staring at the zombies waiting for them to come to me. I'm moving because sometimes you can stay out of their line of sight and they won't fixate on you. See that one down there? He's seen me. He's gone looking for me, but I've dipped. Just stayed going in the direction I was wide, and he ain't gonna find me now. I've got out of his line of vision. I'm too far away from that one. And I'm back to my little overwatch of the farm position here, if you remember when we come back from the summer camp. Because it allows me just to have a look. Have we got any company? Has anybody come up from Berezino? Now remember that was stacked with zombies before. They're now not there. Now have they wandered? There's one over there, or I was going to say have they been killed? And there's one there. Personally, my next goal would be to go to Upper Berezino. You know, they've got the PD, hospital, military tent, a police station guard shack thing. Is anyone coming down from the summer camp? And I've been shot before by somebody, and my buddy's been shot and killed by somebody just camping these bushes. I think it was on this server, to be honest, as well. And yeah, you are taking a bit of a risk just stepping out in an open field. And, you know, I probably wouldn't be sprinting if I was on this for like 4, 5, 6 hour adventure. I want to see how far I can get this character. But obviously for the purposes of what could we do in the first hour, hour and a half of a life to make sure we don't get sick, to make sure we don't die of thirst and hunger, to try and get tooled up so that we can defend ourselves or make a play on somebody. And what we're going to do is we're going to get to a building, a relatively safe building. And we're going to evaluate where we are. We're going to eat the chicken on the way, because now no one's going to hear us munching unless they're sat in the bush here in the middle of nowhere. And if they are, fair play to them. God knows why they are. Get this carry weight of the chicken, and obviously we remove it from our inventory, free up the space. And yet, if somebody does clip us now from the bushes, being selfish, they're not having my chicken. I worked hard to catch that chicken, cook that chicken, so fuck you, basically. Obviously, heading back towards the spawn town. We've got some gear people would like to have. We have to look at our character. As a fresh spawn, you would probably make a move if you've got a lead pipe, a hatchet, a crowbar. I know I would. It's the quickest way of getting gear is to take somebody else's. So always bear that in mind. But don't go running round as a fresh spawn. Yellow blood, yellow health, yellow hydration, yellow hunger, and you're wearing your shorts and t-shirt that are ripped to pieces, and you're running around looking for fights, looking for action, you're taking on too many zombies at once, you're not isolating them like I did, and then go, oh, why am I dying? Why am I getting sick early on? I don't understand it. Your first priority should be food, water or other forms of hydration, better clothing for the insulation. Okay. Oh, someone set off fireworks in Upper Berezino. Nice. That's cool. They've probably done that off the top of the hospital or the top of the PD. That's super cool. Oh, we had 59 minutes, so perfect. It gives me a minute or so to go back over that. So, food, hydration, better clothing, so that your insulation stays in the white. Or even better, if you can get in front of a fire with the buff, the plus symbol. If you keep getting everything in the white as quick as possible while wearing better clothing than what you spawn in, you're very unlikely to get sick unless you make a schoolboy error of drinking dirty water or eating, you know, raw food or eating too quickly, the unknown and shit like that. Then it's a melee weapon and or a blade or knife of some sort. You want to be able to cut food up. You want to be able to open cans with the knife. You want to be able to cut clothing up for rags. Especially if it's pristine clothing and you want to go the foot wrap method, like I do, for stealth purposes. Check along these rooftops, there's no sniper, no. So we were lucky, we found a BK. We found 10 shots of the ammo to go with the BK, so now we've got a good, very strong rifle. Okay? We found a Derringer and we found a box of 357, so we've got a backup pistol, which actually packs a little bit of a punch. And if you've got a fresh spawn that hasn't got any chest protection, that's the one thing we didn't find, then you're going to kill him. In one shot you're going to make him unconscious, and then you can just tap him in the head with the second shot. We've got knives on our rope belt. The rope is essential, is part of what we need to be able to fish. You know, the hoodie gives you medium insulation. The jeans give you medium insulation. So you could improve on those, but they're not terrible. The hat, pristine, high insulation. NBC gloves, they're not the best. They're low insulation, but they meant that I could cut up chickens without having to wash my hands afterwards. And we know the foot wraps are bad insulation, but we use them for the stealth element. We've picked up other bits and pieces, you know, hatchet, couple of steak knives, a good melee, some 9mm if we wanted to switch out a Derringer for a Glock if we found it, for example. There's more. We got more rags, pristine rags, than we could use. A scope for a Mosin, ammo for a Mosin if we were lucky to find one, and a compensator for a Mosin. So we've got everything rocked for a Mosin. Matches, 3 full bandages, duct tape to fix our clothes, medication, and then 2 hooks. Essential as well. Because if we get hungry, go on a bit of a bad run, finding food, we can go and fish now at any time with the rope, knife, and hooks. Fish, the best source of nutrition in the game, a calorific content. Don't ever forget that. Kill a chicken early doors. If you see a fresh spawn that has killed himself because he wanted a better spawn and you've got a knife, cut them up. Combine the knife with their guts. You've got a rope. Combine the knife with their bones. You've got your hooks. You can go fishing with any long stick then. You can make an improvised fishing rod, combining the rope with the long stick. Then use your knife to dig up a couple of worms from grass. Combine the worms with the hooks. You've got your bait. Combine the baited hooks to your improvised fishing rod, you're away. Catch 2 fish, cut them up, you'll have 4 fish fillets, and they would take you from red hunger, almost all the way up to full. They give you that much calorific content. Obviously I picked up a saline in case I lost blood. I could pop that IV saline bag and get my blood back up quicker. But yeah, I would say 63 minutes in, you won't get many better early runs. If I wanted to do a little bit more for my insulation, I could make an improvised face covering. Go a little bit more bandito mode as well, until we find a bandana or a ski mask, you know, that suits your preference. Put one of them on, right? It's only going to give you bad insulation, but it's better than none. I also think it looks pretty cool. Gives you that little bit of a bandit edge. We found our bag early doors. We took it off a dead zombie. It only gives you 30 slots, but it's very silent, which is why I like it. But yeah, that's going to be it. If anybody says to me they play on official servers, medium to high pop, and I can't find food, I can't stop getting sick. I mean, I haven't done anything spectacular there, have I? We even saw some fireworks at the end to celebrate the success we've had in the first hour. But we didn't do anything spectacular. We got in a position where we could go on a good run with this character now. Obviously, you've got to get lucky in parts. You know, are you going to get jumped by 2 guys who are coming back from military areas? They got AKs. That can happen to anybody, but this is more to say, if you don't get jumped, and you don't get in too much trouble with zombies because you're trying to fight too many at the same time, you shouldn't die from the elements, you shouldn't die from hunger, you shouldn't get sick if you just get your priorities right at the start of the life. Don't think I'm just going to run around straight away in my shorts and t-shirt and get into gunfights. You've got to get the vitals up first, then go on your adventure from the sort of hour mark. Use the first hour to get set, then your adventure really begins. Alright, so I hope this has been helpful to any new DayZ players, particularly those on Xbox who are picking it up with the Game Pass. Hopefully you can use some of these tips to get in a decent position like I am after being alive for an hour and go on some good runs. And if you've liked what you see, subscribe for more, drop a like. Hopefully most things I put up will help you in some ways, even if they're funny interactions, funny kills I've pulled off, or ways I've been killed myself. But until the next one, I'll catch you later. Codfather Soul out.